Okay, well, still April 5th. This is part 2 of day 2 of trying to repot a tree every day, at least one. So far, so good. I'm gonna do some pretty drastic stuff with this cedar. I did a little bit of pruning a few months ago on one of the videos. Just shortened these ones. I was gonna do more, but then it started raining and I never got around to it. The pot really exploded over the winter. It's real busted, so even though this, it hasn't started actively growing yet, it's a little bit early to repot it. I'm gonna do it anyways because this pot is done for. And those roots are pretty crazy. Really nice looking roots in there. Shouldn't have watered this one today. Classic. Anyways, that pot recycled or something else. I'm going to take off this moss because it's really nice moss. I want to save it and put it in the new planting. The roots have, you can see, grown up into the moss. It's pretty cool. Should have given the tree a spin before I got into this. Oh well. Yeah, this is actually my first time kind of peeling off moss like this. It's a cool experience. I see everybody do it in the videos all the time, and I can finally say that I did too. Nice moss clumps. That's definitely still good to use. So I'm gonna do some really drastic stuff, like I said to this one. These lower branches, eventually would be nice to have that thickness, but I think for now they're too thick compared to the thickness of the trunk. So I'm just gonna chop them all off, and you can see there's a lot of new growth everywhere along the trunk of this tree. Just buds that have started, this little juvenile growth starting everywhere. You can see in there along the trunk. So I'll get rid of those, and then I'll get rid of some of the lower ones too. And then I'm going to cut back. I'll probably have 1, 2 kind of leaders. You see they come out of different spots on the trunk, and then I'll cut these upright ones off entirely. And then do some heavy root pruning, and then just kind of start from scratch with this tree, more or less. So first, I'll get rid of the upright ones in there. There's one. And yeah, I didn't mention, but I'm sure you've realized by now that the neighbor's music is, I think, a bit louder than in the last video. Oh well. Whatever makes them happy. Just trying to get better flush cuts there. If that's okay. So those are gone. Like I said, I'm gonna cut this one way back, I think, to here. Yep. That's a lot coming off. I'm not gonna try rooting any of these cuttings. I have a lot of cedars growing. I don't really need anything else. This one is going to be kind of the leader. We can go out let's go down to there. Okay. Do a bit of pinching on these, just kind of shorten them. Let's bring that one quite a bit back. This other one can come way back to here. Just trying to keep all this growth in check a little bit. Encourage all these lower ones to keep growing. I think, yeah, now I'm gonna get rid of these 3 branches entirely. There's the highest one here. I don't think I'll get dinged by, you know, YouTube copyright or whatever, because these videos aren't monetized. But you never know. Anyways, YouTube, if you're listening, I can't do anything about this music. It's not my choice. And I need to work out here, so it is what it is. Okay. Some pretty big cuts there. Now this can come way back. Pinching. I think maybe that's all I'm gonna do. Maybe I can get rid of these lower ones. They're not really needed in the overall design. The branching can start higher up. These ones I'll shorten. I think for now this can be the first branch level. There are some kind of, you know, little buds starting down there that I'll just kind of peel away. Don't need this one either. Some sap on the trunk, I think from a cut I made last year. Interesting. Okay, yeah. So there's a lot of growth in here. Maybe I'll just keep kind of pinching a little bit. Okay, that's enough. I don't want to get too carried away. I just want to kind of, you know, stop everything from growing out for now, and then, you know, let it, once I chop off all these roots, let it kind of regain its energy, and then it can start growing after that. Yeah, I think this is a pretty good start for the pruning of this tree. Kind of just like a slingshot up there, but I might take one of them off eventually. I'll start the repotting. This is a lot of roots. might have my DoorDash driver kind of sneak up on me in about 10 or 15 minutes. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully I'm done this by then, but kind of doubt it. Soil in here is fairly good still. This is, I think this might have been the cedar from my very first video. One of the very first ones anyways on this channel. It's pretty wild how much it's grown actually since then. It was a really small tree to start with, pretty much just 1 year ago. When I found that video, I was floored, just amazed at all the growth. Slowly but surely getting these roots all figured out. I had some of my indoor trees, or my tropicals and, you know, overwintering inside trees out today. It had gotten up to about 9 degrees Celsius and fairly sunny. But I brought them inside, and now that the sun's behind the clouds, it's getting fairly cold out now. So I'm definitely going to be getting rid of most of this root. That is quite a bit in there. Okay. I'm going to use blue scissors and just do that for now. Wash this off a little bit and try and get the rest of that soil out before I do any more cutting. Yeah, the music finally stopped, didn't it? That's cool. Big clump of something in here right there. It might be just fine roots and soil, but all right, clean up a little bit. Okay, that is looking real nice. So many roots in there to choose from. Still got to get some of this soil cleared out of there. Definitely underestimated how long this would take. I think I'm learning my lesson there. I think I can cut out some more of these long roots here. There might be a bit of a taproot in there I'll have to cut out. Should have kept that moss somewhere it won't get dirty. Oh well. Where's this root coming from and going to? That's wrapping around quite a bit. There it is. Wow. Just take that off there. take off any obvious roots when I see them. Starting to take form here. Now, there's a major fork in the roots there. Gonna have to do something about that. Oops. I think I should probably just get rid of that whole root there. Yeah, I think I'll do that. My order is on the way. I'm gonna have to be quick about this. There's not a lot of thick roots in this big mess here. I think it's just a big clump of fine ones, but not quite sure. Gonna have to take a break here and deal with the dinner order. Okay, those roots are nice and wet, so it's safe to leave it like that for a few minutes. I'll be right back. Well, the delivery situation's a bit of a disaster, but at least I got my tree to calm me down. Nice, relaxing, peaceful bonsai. Bunch of stuff right in the middle here that I'm gonna need to take out, but it's kind of hard to tell what's going on in there. I think I did cut it once, and then it split there. Now I've got there's a fairly thick root coming off that way, but it's in a wrong kind of growing straight down, so I don't really want that. I think if I'm gonna plant it at this angle, then that's basically a tap root. So we'll get rid of it. I think there's just a really thick root coming out there. This root system's gonna be fairly one-sided, but I think I can cut this one out. Yeah, that was the main culprit of that big clump in the middle. I can cut it all the way back up here, I think. There. And then, I don't know, the rest of this I should probably keep. Kind of a tricky root system, not as nice and radial as my last one was. So this is a conifer, much different tree type than the maple or the maples that I've been doing. Okay, looking at this a bit more, I think I can get rid of that. I think I should leave almost everything else. That can come off, it's coming straight down. This one's grown at a weird angle when you look at it this way. It can come out. Yeah. I think I'm gonna call that good. Some of these ones a little long. I'm gonna have to fit it into this pot. So that probably took off a little more than I needed to, but that's fine. Train these ones to grow radially and then hope some more grow out from this side in the future. Yeah, it's not perfect, but I'm pretty happy with this, I think. Put it in there like that. There's a robin come to join us. That's nice. Okay, I've already got this prepared. That's kind of some already used soil from previous repottings. That's still pretty good. I think I'll do it like that. Kind of at this kind of angle. I should probably get rid of some of these ones, but that's fine. We'll leave it for now. I want to make sure all this soil is nice and worked down into that fine fibrous root system that I left behind. Overdoing this stage is never a bad idea. Probably put a couple stones on top of this as well. After the video's done, I'll keep pouring a bunch of water through here until it runs clear. it wasn't like that for the whole video. Kind of a bad angle. But yeah, some pretty major work to this little cedar. Hopefully I didn't do too much, and it'll heal up real nice and come back strong this year. It's a very vigorous grower so far in its life, so I have no doubts that it'll continue growing soon enough. That's it for now. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time. Cheers. As always, I forgot to film how much I took off at the end. So that's all the root I took off. That's a whole lot. There's all the foliage, quite a bit also. And then all the soil that has a bunch of roots mixed in still, a bit of foliage. That can be reused if I dry it out and sift out the fines. Yeah, quite a big difference with this tree. I also put the moss on it, back on it. That's the same moss that came from it originally. I did it in the dark, so some of it is a little bit upside down, but that's fine. Hopefully this stuff grows back in well and contributes to another nice strong root system for next year's repotting. These cuts aren't exactly flush with the trunk, but I don't know, I think that'll give this tree a little bit of character. Cedars in nature aren't smooth, you know, smooth bark trunks. There's always lots of broken branches that make ugly scars and lumps and stuff, so I like this and I'll keep it that way.